Hi, this is Maureen Phillips with the City of Titusville Water Resources Conservation Program, and with me today is Kathy Carter, and she is with the City of Cocoa's Water Conservation Program. And we also have our favorite companions with us. We have Winston the water dog. We have another of my dogs. This is Flynn, and with Kathy, who do you have?
Today, Maureen, I have Dalton, and he's my German Shorthair Pointer.
And you know, as dog people, one of the things we're always concerned about is the different things going out in our yard that can affect our pets. And that's one of the things that I stress in my conservation program is working with Florida's environment, because I teach people about ways to reduce the amounts of pollution going into our waterways. And also, you'd be surprised, everything you use on your yard will show up on your pet and on your children and on yourself, because guess what? You put down that fertilizer, you put down pesticides, you're going to get some of that residue on you and your clothing. So one of the things I do is teach people about using Florida-friendly landscaping. And I know, Kathy, you cover some of that too in your program.
Yes, I do. Every year, and right now, it's a great time of year for everyone to be outside, and you're going to want to be in your yard, and you're going to want to think about remulching, putting the right plant in the right place, and also checking your sprinklers, because certainly you want to, after they have been not used all winter long, and the kids have been playing, the dogs have been playing in the yard, the sprinkler heads get broken, and this is a great time for everyone to get outside, look at your sprinkler system, test it, make sure that the sprinkler heads are aimed in the right direction, and then also you might be able to look at your sprinkler heads, and the sprinkler heads have a different spray or various sprays on them, and you might not need a 3-gallon per minute spray. You might only need a drip irrigation underneath your bushes. So this is a great time for you to get out and check your irrigation system and make sure that it's not irrigating your sidewalk or irrigating the road. Maureen?
You know, that's an excellent point, because you hit on something that I'm always trying to explain to homeowners. Most homeowners these days do have an in-ground irrigation system. And one of the things you should never do is mix your heads, because the different types of heads give out a different amount of water. And one of the things I do offer to my people is I offer this rain gauge, irrigation gauge combo. And what this does, you see how small this is you can put this in your yard, turn on your sprinkler system, and you can see how much is actually going out in that zone, in that one area that this is by. You can also use, if you've got a tuna fish can, you know,
yes,
just open it up, put it out there, or a cat food can, same idea, being you want to see how much water you're actually putting out, because grass is very water intensive, and that's why I try to give people alternatives to grass, whereas a woody plant or a plant bed needs much less water because they have a much more complex and deep root system. And that's a real simple thing that we can all do, is have our, if you have a lawn company that takes care of your yard, have them look at your irrigation system, or call an irrigation professional, or just do it yourself. See what you're really putting out there, and that's a great way to save water, because actually outside irrigation uses over 50% of our outdoor water use. So now, Kathy, what else can people do if they want to save water in their yard? Because it's springtime and everybody's out there, and it seems like people are just, anything they can do, they want to make their house look good, their yard look good. What other suggestions do you have for them?
Well, number one, you can, if you're going to be resodding your yard, check out the different types of sod. There's various sod that is very water intensive, and at which you don't want to put that down, because that's going to cause you to use more water, more fertilizer, and you're leaving a larger footprint on the earth than what needs to be. And also you're putting nutrients in the ground that don't need, and also you might look at it and decide that you could put rocks or do mulching versus putting the sod down.
And now, mulch is an excellent idea. Whenever you plant something, a woody bush is what I'm talking about, woody plants, is you do want to use that mulch, because what mulch does is it keeps the moisture there on the ground. Because if you look at mulch, it may be dry on top, but if you dig down into it, it's moist underneath, and that's the whole idea, is to keep that water there by your plant where it's needed. And now, Kathy also mentioned about the different types of turf, and one of the handouts that we have in our office is through the University of Florida, and it talks about the different types of turf available and what their strong points are and what their weaknesses are. And what we also have for you here in Titusville is we have a lot of alternatives to turf. such as sunshine mimosa. Excellent ground cover. That's a Florida native plant. I do give out seeds for that. And Flynn, as you see, he's in my backyard all the time, and he runs around, and so grass is not something that's going to live in my yard. Neither is any kind of ground cover, but that's all right because I do put down the mulch, and that way I prevent that erosion. I can keep the moisture in the soil, and yet my dog still has plenty of room to run, and I'm not trying to work against the environment or work against my dog being out there playing. So now, what about the irrigation restrictions? Do you have the same as we do here in Titusville?
Yes, we do. And you want to check your sprinkler systems, make sure that the heads are aiming towards your yard, and at which each zone that you have, you only want to let it run 20 minutes per zone, 3/4 of an inch or 3/4 of an inch, and in which also we're heading in towards the rainy season, so we're going to be having a lot of power outages with the lightning. Always check your timer. That's really important because a lot of people, they don't check it, and hence then when the sprinklers come on, it could be raining, and or it could be, each zone could be on for an hour or more. So that's real important that you check your timer every time that we have a lightning storm.
That's great information. And one thing most people don't realize is by Florida state law, if you have an automatic irrigation system, you must have what's called a rain sensor. And a rain sensor does exactly what Kathy was talking about. When it's raining, it will turn off your irrigation system so you're not watering when it's raining. Because when you water when it's raining, one, you're just wasting your water, and also you're getting a heavy amount of runoff. And with that runoff from your yard carries all the nutrients into our curb, into our storm drains, and then out into our waterways. So all right, so we've talked about outside. What about indoors? You had said something about aerators. What is an aerator, Kathy?
Well, an aerator, I have in my hand right now one that's for the kitchen, but you can also get them for the bathroom, and it does exactly what its name is. It infuses air into your water, so therefore you're using less water. And you can put this on your kitchen sinks, your bathroom faucets, and this one is a 2.2 gallon per minute. You can get 1.0 gallon per minute, or 1 gallon per minute, or a 1.5 gallon per minute, and at which time it will help you save an awful lot of water. And in the bathroom, number one, we know that when we're brushing our teeth, we always want to turn that faucet off, but if you're only using 1 gallon per minute, that also helps. And in the shower, you can also, both cities of Cocoa and Titusville, we have an ongoing program that we provide shower heads to our customers, and this one is a 1.5 gallon per minute. So, and you want to take your 5-minute showers, so that's not very much water when you look at it, Maureen.
That's exactly right, because think about it, if you have an older shower head that's flowing at, say, 3 gallons per minute, that same 5-minute shower is 15 gallons. And so that's a big difference in how much water you use, and anyone who has teenagers or kids knows they love to stay in the shower. So now we also have in Titusville a little shower timer to help remind you that 5 minutes is all you need when you're in the shower, and we give those away free. We do have the aerators and the shower heads just like Cocoa, so please do contact us if you do need any of those supplies. I'm at the water plant, which is right on Garden Street, 2836 Garden Street. It's called the Morning Dove Water Facility. Now, Kathy, where are you located at if someone wanted to come in and find out about shower heads and stuff?
Okay, well, the actual physical location is 351 Shearer Boulevard in Cocoa. My phone number is 321-433-8705, and you can always contact me by email also, ccarter@cocofl.org.
Very good, because I know we have a lot of people in Port St. John right here by Titusville that are your water customers that need to find out about these things. Titusville water customers, again, can come right to the water plant. That's where I'm located. And we also do a variety of other programs, such as we do a toilet rebate program here in Titusville for WaterSense certified toilets with the flush rate of 1.28 gallons per flush. Now, Kathy, do you have a toilet rebate program also?
We do have a toilet rebate program, and basically the same guidelines. Your older toilet needs to be more than a 3.5 gallon per flush, and you have to be installing a 1.28 gallon per flush, and that's good for a $50 credit on your water bill. It's good for 2 toilets per address per lifetime of the program. And then also, I was real happy to be able to introduce our rain barrel program. And this year I have a rain barrel program to our customers. So if you purchase a rain barrel, then you can give me a call. I'll send you the application and fill it out, send it in to me, and you could be eligible for a $50 credit there also.
That's wonderful. Now, Titusville, we do for the toilet rebate also a $50 credit on your Titusville water bill. So you must be a Titusville customer to go into our rebate program, and you must be replacing an older toilet. Now, we are going to be starting a rain barrel program also here in Titusville. It's just getting geared up, so all the details have not been quite worked out yet. So if you are buying a rain barrel or you bought one within the last couple of months, keep your receipt, because you never know, we might be able to get that started up in time for you to get a rebate also on your Titusville water bill. Now let's see, we've talked about a little bit about shower heads, we've talked about aerators, we talked about outside. What are some of the other things? Like, you see a lot of things in the stores now about things that are the Energy Star, like dishwashers, and Energy Star clothes washers. I know that that refers to energy, but tell our audience a little bit about, does that save water?
Yes, it does. A lot of the items that you see in Lowe's, Home Depot, or wherever you buy your various products at, they have a WaterSense emblem on them. And your older dishwashers, your older washers, they can use 20 to 40 gallons of water per cycle and or per load. The newer ones have cut it down. So the newer ones, the washers, they can use anywhere between 12 and 16 gallons, and your dishwashers can use anywhere between 8 and 12 gallons. So that's a large savings, and which is something to think about. If you are on sewer, you are paying for the clean water coming into your home, and you're also paying for the dirty water leaving your home.
That's exactly right. A lot of people don't seem to understand that. Your water is metered as it comes into your house, and as you see on your water bill, you see a fixed monthly amount. You also see a consumption amount, and that's based on what your meter readings are. However, your sewer, we don't have a meter on how much sewage is coming out of your house, so we base it on how much water you consumed. So when you are able to get a new appliance, a new dishwasher, or change out that toilet, or you use these aerators, you use less water. So guess what? That means you're going to have a savings on the other side of your bill, on the sewage side. So that means you're saving not only water, you're also saving money, which all of us can use these days. So that's a lot of information, a lot of good stuff for us to learn about. Anything else you'd like to tell our audience today about water conservation?
Well, I know I do a lot of educational programs with the school, and I know you do too. And kids are the best resource. I have just had a ball recently at Cambridge Elementary doing some educational programs with the kids, and I find that if I'm able to get one child to see a savings in the kitchen, in the bathroom, outside, they tend to remember it, Maureen, and they also make sure their parents remember it.
You know, you are so right. You are so right. I do the same thing. I do go out to our local schools. Again, all you have to do is call into the conservation office if you need to schedule a presentation. And I have talked to everything from the kindergartners to the high schoolers to even groups of adults, seniors at lunch. I've done their program there also. And you'd be surprised, some of the things I cover also are, where does our water come from? That people don't seem to realize just where we get our water, and the need to protect our water, because it's very susceptible to all types of contaminants. And those contaminants means you're going to pay more to clean it so that you can drink it. So great, I think we've covered a lot of different things today about water conservation. Remember, if you'd like to reach me, I am at the water plant right there on Garden Street, 2836 Garden Street, or you can call me, 321-383-5669, or go out to the web, and you can go out to Titusville, www.titusville.com, go out to the conservation pages and send me an email. And Kathy, what's your contact information again?
My physical location is 351 Shearer Boulevard, Cocoa. My phone number 321-433-8705. And my email address is ccarter@cocofl.org.
Very good.